morning. Malungil tutaw. First, let me thank Palawave, Senator Talams, for giving us this opportunity to use his station and spread the word to the general public of Palau in regards to Palau Little League Youth Baseball Program we are about to start. So let me speak in Palawan first. Agot malungil tutaw mararogoy lo mesetial program. Khusus ra ibadul kadangar oreor arangaram kati. Tiragalo sus ra bilong marmasil oreor rogoy araklay ma ebirklay. Ako mukdong ang clear tirgal matoko de rubak leng soka belau rogira por renga sa klum ilgipon bolkoil gire la Palau Little League Youth Baseball. Aging arterial alto tao lo ay srabuay amok tegra a Little League etia Little League amlarngi ramlamo pokor dengar merak ramlam memong orang elolma mlarngi ara dala bor derngi enom ketegatel waya blol stop leng har ada commitments har ada masang mong akmlongal tengatel maom dasral mutrolgi sirngi ngal tengatel Ngirega sigrar adal gimdakal kora interim el board mbol sub amel mutruli tal toil magi ogisi tal tora lilik engal tangatlang ang arbitar nga ka president ra lilik el al time the interim ag recordon a vice president el direct dingara interim starus a border kumam ang arnya at ngak former minister ang giram kati elbu sadang ngaringia floor leader oral mayor nabe ama a treasurer secretary gmama BK Sabal ngoror obisa minister justice udo sobaw senior direct board member ang ngaringia Jamie ngira usuy BELAU madangla Jamil athlete mal athletic involve up tokol klogol emlo soal metlo kamam le ngarnya ngalgel engya mal soal masang ngalgel no join madiregal dil ngari maya ngamal asela a PCS ediregal ngarnya ngalgel tagil ngel metlo kamam magi di lage merko mal mutal update a charter Rally Legal non profit organization magim lo dokta karo good telmam ma information el mutlol gisra o maktub arab esel charter magi no dokta karo good babier lo spero bisa AG makapi se auror mangal tangatam ngarnya adal nga adra la al bill with path amil saka ke masal ngarnya sabekal ngosuir kamiu malilik komel koy makmal ngal tangatra kimal lorenga sulela Mr. Bill with path mlo suber mu la pabilngela a charter ralilik magib a file ma asap el toy en etalil liga serable stobe ngal tangatleng mlarnya sel time ngal president al time surang el whips amle senator amle chairman of ways and means mengawlo tobda pek el fiscal year ngarnya eimel telay lo tobdal mertial program may gadi mlara bang kal malget mesera gimogi si tial toy ngarnya udaw del subaml el muulilo si omusa equipments and so maborda ako tingel aborda tirgar roguin meranga kamas ngar lem lo musa klal lo lem meyoda nga kamer redar ngu right there and then akstatlo kontaktra ar adel ngarakwam gim kaw ngera tora sporting goods. May time kim lager the 5 sets, 6 sets. Ra uniform, full pledge equipments, bat rogoy. Adi diabol provide a little lake. Kurbangelangal lelangal kuma parents, shoes. A responsibility ra parents mangal ka. Other than that, a little lake provide everything. If you have any question, please interrupt. El Alsbadong, rangara 3 o'clock ra tutau, agi malgora adra board, tirger rogul volunteer el sorilo ngaseu. My parents rangal 9 to 12 years old, agi olingite the kabatera gurand, the rule application form rangal ka. Podkaw ngay, the register rangal ke dlutel mo ulit yal tokoy. A recommender are parents of children, boys and girls, 9 to 12 years old, el medjoin tiya magimal di volunteer. Nga ruba ka mla retire, nga makmla retire, ding kukpasyoner nga ruba ka solol nga sew, masa direk to teler tial program mang ulmo banggek agit mak mga madara rogul ad mangidil adlo mesetial program al ngaringa karmi ngidil ger please emodeng walmera 488-5350 ngidil ger kuidia olgyong ulmora grek mukukul introduce themselves and say whatever you want in regards to this little league.
Good morning, everyone. My name, as you know, is Greg Gordon. I've been in Palau quite a while. When the Little League was started back in the 1990s, I was part of that group that helped to organize it and was active in it for a while. And then my only son became too old to play, and so then at that point I turned it over to other people, because basically Little League is an organization that's been run by the parents of the children who are playing. There are a few people who are enjoy working with the kids and are dedicated to it, and they will stay on even though their children are gone. But in general, it's the parents who are responsible for making it work, and that has always been a concern of mine, because we didn't really get enough support to keep it going steadily through the years. In actuality, if we had a real full Little League program, we would have a T-ball league, we would have a minor league, a Little League, a senior league, and a big league programs. So this would take kids from the age of 5 through 18, but we don't have that yet. But the one thing I would say to anyone listening is I have heard people complaining about how Palau is not doing very well in baseball, and we should be the kings of Micronesian baseball. But the truth is, we're not looking at the reality of today. There are two things that have happened that have changed things a lot. One is that today the boys and girls in Palau are better equipped or better trained at using a cell phone and playing video games or going on the internet than they are to engage in some of the traditional activities of Palauan children in the past. So the hand-eye coordination that was developed naturally and which Palauans were so good at is no longer there without activities that help to enhance that. And baseball is actually a very, it takes a lot of skills. You have to be able to throw, you have to be able to catch, you have to be able to hit. So to be able to do all three things well is actually quite demanding, more demanding than any other sport almost that I know of. And so that's one reason that we're not doing so well. The other reason is simple. In Guam and Saipan for sure, and I think in the rest of Micronesia, they now have Little League programs and all these other little programs for for Micronesian youth. And so when these kids start playing baseball, they don't quit for 10 years, and at 10, they're only 18 years old. So that means with 10 years of baseball experience, they have are better equipped with their experience to play the game well, as opposed to people in Palau who often, or the youth of Palau often can't even start playing if there's no program for them until they're 18 or 19, in which case they join a bunch of adults and they have to sit and watch them play until they either get good enough or until they can finally break into the lineup. So it's, if Palau wants to have a good baseball program for adults, they're going to have to invest in the youth. There's no way around it. You get what you pay for, so they say, and it's true with sports just like everything else almost. So once again, I've been asked by others to start the Little League program again, and I said, no, I will only help others start it. I'm not going to start it by myself or try to. And so now that this movement has started, I told everyone that I would join in to try and help. However, my personal experience has been that the greatest fun, the greatest enjoyment, the greatest satisfaction I got from Little League was not starting it. It was from working with the kids, because that was really what I enjoyed the most. And so actually I'm just an interim board member. Board members cannot manage or work with teams, and I'd rather work with a team. So as soon as I can find someone to replace me on the board, I'm going to try and work with a team, one of the teams that we start up. But between the two of us, we know quite a bit about how Little League works. The two things I'd say about Little League that are of utmost concern to the organization is, one, that the kids are safe. Thus, there are restrictions on how many pitches they can throw, and there are other kinds of things. You have to wear batting helmets all the time if you're in the field playing. Lots and lots of equipment requirements or dictates just to make it safe. The other thing is they have fun. So in Little League, it's mandatory that everyone on your team plays at least 2 innings and bats once, unless they've changed the rule, and I don't think they have. So everyone gets a chance to play. And how the managers handle that varies, but what my experience has been, it doesn't matter. As long as the kids get a chance to play, that's what they want. Win or lose, they really don't care. After the end of the game, if you say, oh, let's go swimming, they're all ready to go swimming and have a good time, and they don't really care if they won or lost. It's only the adults who take it more seriously, and so that's, in terms of managing the game, sometimes it's more to manage the adults involved than it is to manage the children. But yeah, Little League, I found it to be a lot of fun. It just took a lot of time, and frankly, I had a good job then that I could not sacrifice after my son was out of it. That I had to get back to work full time. So that's my story.
Kamsulang, Greg.
You're welcome.
You touched a lot of very important points. Masaula, interim Vice President Greg Cordon, no mention a level yakir BELAU at this time. Kida roguya dimdngay. Abelam lem sisi ratokora yakura. Lombu la mobile game, mornya nairi micro game. Until recently, kireng sa a micro game mlablul aba dim lakabul participate Guam ma CNMI. Yete gida no fourth place, Panapay got the gold. Again, same Panapay team just visited us, and they beat us 3 times, and so we did not win 1 game. Akumdas maklo tutlel a Little League program also mo or a competitive baseball program in the near future, malgired moita temeth. I mean, sa Little League, tiang agumesringin nserse produce baseball players, and not only baseball players, a Little League program, omgro ramongil citizen mo better person hindi ko tuluul a pledge ralilik at start luwatyagid. I trust in God. I love my country. I will play fair and strive to win. But win or lose, I will always do my best. And that's all we can ask our children. Do your best. Not only in baseball, whatever they do. Parents, arangal kal excel ra school, abl all makaluryor tirmar parents rablay, school studies, extracurricular activities. When you're with the kids and all of those activities, you're growing a potentially a productive citizen and become a good child the community needs. Bilwada ospe aklolo nulkrol dadil tokoy ra yakyu patoklungil tokoy. Aroguil I get roguil sub ira rangal kermula akmal di your activities el parents sacrifice to do. Mang akmalolingit al ngaringa ngidil at ngaringa comments, questions, please momodong. Mera dengwal 488-5350. A registration mo subadong ra 10 o'clock. Aboard amle decide tamal akmal admire tirgal al-adr giblom dak. 1992 a registration fee ralili kamle $20 each player. Akmal lungilar ngukulo ais luase. Aboard el al time I was a member the board the race ringira $5 mo 25 makit economy families are struggling magigim no kong LYC ma registration rat itsil ngalka at $25 din sugum tangariya terul ngalka top drawan blay awan at 25 the other one will be 10 if I'm correct what say nagida correct nadal masam no say little league tel program a provide arogui adi mongar lem a parents a kurbangelang alegem regular group ma oyar please don't buy expensive equipments rangal only beginners give them something they can use for now akmadngay tiar ngal kal sorry raw ngil klalo dik plol madngel mung gidar parents le nga kamle wa say so agar adele sang le gekal o klalo amring la ral klalo even though dia au do dek. So it was my problem, not children's problem. Give them any gloves they can use, shoes. I recommend that shoes or no metal cleats, banned by law, ulalilik, no metal cleats. Rubber cleats, nga ka mausubes hindi ka karo sa taste rigid. Nga ka ulit si sakra arangaliget, statalo sport shoes, hindi ka lang arang. Dirgakabol mudu low cleats so they don't know how to pivot. And when there is cleats and they pivot, most likely there's injuries, ankles or knees. That's why I recommended for small children to use running shoes is better. Has better cleats, tracks than basketball and tennis shoes. Please more than 1 minute.
Can I make a
Yes.
comment about gloves?
Yes.
One thing that I learned a little too late to help the boy in question, but when people are first learning to catch a baseball and that, or to play catch, if they haven't learned yet, then the best thing is for the parents to work with them with a very soft ball. It can be any kind of a small ball, rubber ball, tennis ball, whatever, and teach them to catch it with 2 hands, barehanded, because that is the starting point to becoming a good a good catcher. That is how I learned. I come from a family on my mother's side of baseball fanatics. My grandfather had 18 brothers and sisters, mostly brothers. They had their own baseball team, and so that whole family grew up playing baseball. And my mother then taught me. My father never played baseball, and that's how she taught me. She taught me playing catch with her. And the most important thing when a child is starting out is they're small. Do not ever give them a large glove to catch with. Get them something small. Small is better because they can handle it. They're strong enough. If you give them a big glove, the child will want a big glove because he sees it as a protective device. But the truth is, it will hinder his development, and actually he just can't use it properly. It's just too heavy for them. So when you get a glove, if you're going to get a glove, make sure it's a small one that's appropriate to their size. Don't try and overdo it. Even if the child wants it, you should refuse him because it will be a mistake. That's all my one tip on. That's one thing I learned.
Caller on the air.
Malungit tutale kor kami wakmal mereng asulela asuliu el kukla omo lertial el malungil el takoy girira ngalka nakaula ko patong nakati kangal kar el alzheimer ngat jay del age hindi bay larang ira before makmal proud ng ngal kar el al klangarang mal ngaria value mil esire la family leng mal take the little bit of wood and wayal blel si yarang ulang alagay kam elang lamoklo lagan lamobi lending maral value for me makmal meranga suliu maktira kal mal encourage our parents alwasay maralungi larangal kadil magekare bonis akkatir like التقويلية ما مستقبل هيل برا هنغل جبل المونيل آذرا هابليل ما بالوال كومرا المساولة بريسيدنت مالونيلا جال بروغرام كاو ما بايس ما كمرال دي أماتر جال تقوي الواسم ما أومو ngariya grand children na nakal ko kira kam ke gareng akmal samariara sire kal ulgum mo sa barida ko ma harinya martial arts able to egalol festival enjoy sera ngariya ngal ke akmal enjoy ngara a little league o mesringi encourage ringi ليس بعلم المول ملكوك مرالي للي كمخوض أقمال دي كمخوضون دي encourage our parents الواسي يمالوني لا program كميول لكوك مارينيا نغالكيول نغاتي كده الأيد سبول سبا ميول الموريسيس كده نغالكيو إذا مقرورا نغالكيو نغالا activity تير مالورا الممكلو السبا رير المونيل أدرابا أبليرير ما بلورير كمرا المسؤولا يقمالوني لا رونغول rong samiu lobo ra program re la ra absula
kamal masaul makadong reinforce ay gal tokoy gimol koy nga kama Mr. Greg Cordon ang maral tokoy sel do mesra yakyur el angra gal maklol yakyur nga niya sel do PML a Palau Major League ngarinya PNBL Palau National Baseball League tirgel ngal kal madu low score se arbato tir amal dimle product tra program rally league ako makado ngarinya masul wase nsers el breathe omkro rar adiakadibol adra yakyu mongil citizen attack club say mongil ngal karablay mongil adra buay mal cloud tutlel makamal masaw le agi direct welcome al ngarinya other comments agi mal welcome bigay gidium oya el suko ngarinya ager el somi ulo den wal find out el girela ay gal giblam do nga Vice President Cordon and si ulom kodong ra ating war nga ka 75 5651 Madiregal ak rekordon Vice President ta 75 4734 Diregal nga niya a Treasurer a Secretary kamama abigay sabal 75 3092 Madiregal a Treasurer kamam Mary Nabayama al 75 5021 asabiul di caller tire marogul information il girela tora lilik. Again, hasbadong ra 3 o'clock ra tutaw ak mga madaw ra roguil ilngal la seguid el age 9 to 12 mar parents sertir il mirakuran ra tora registration mangidil ngarang madirek el trigel interested el mo coach volunteer el mo coach mar volunteer el mo ambay agulingit at mitra sabadong ra 10 a.m. Ay ka rogul to ka malti sabel katakay nga seor ngay al ngar ngay simpar ngay kompetitor kom karang tiaya time kita di diul musu aparensa mo understand ra luula yakura alilik at ngar nga klakros ra rules di start a basis a klol yakyu 90 feet Aliliga 60. They were fast pitch. Pitching distance of adults 60.6 feet. Aliliga 46. Something to that effect. Leng magkakade pa ikalbes. Tangari niya mula sa kura asahi maklo asahi malmadel matrangel sa edalo sparing. More than enough. We can just make our own cones markers and utilize the whole field. Thank you very much. At suko man na mo diya kakol at tema ma di 1 hour. That's our a lot of time. Mal suko mga nga adal nga nga karil need care statements whatever. Kamamaad mang we make mistakes. We're not perfect. We need people like you guys watching us and make sure we're on the right track. Adang, lako maelaw, come to the field. Close to other belaw das masar other giril ambay mal ubet to coach at manage at team giril saal. Diak, for you inform mo subes kumar adam. Tirgar dila ko to klisi ela patokol tokoy. Ablay ma. Women are more, they're the strength of our lilik before to me was mothers, mostly mothers, and so I'm welcoming a lot of mothers to come and join. You can umpire, you can score keep, you can do a lot of things. Coach, you make us men do what we normally don't do alone. Women make men do something. Make us better half. We're the worst half. Comment.
The other thing to remember is that by getting to play a lot of baseball, these young children, they learn in the best way possible, which is they make mistakes. And when they make a mistake, that's when they learn. Usually if you do something right, it doesn't register. But if you do something wrong, it registers more. And if you make enough mistakes, you'll become a good baseball player. So, and the same actually is true with managing or coaching or anything else, You kind of learn as you go along. The main thing is don't take it too seriously. It's out there to have fun. And, that's if the kids are having fun, you'll have fun, and that's all really that I think is the most important thing from any element of the game, whether it's practices or games. So that's and yeah, like I said, in the first when we first organized Little League, we took an all-star team to Guam. On that team, there were 2 girls. So we had a lot of girls playing, and we probably could have more girls playing if they would just want to come out. there are other opportunities for girls also in Little League, but we are not far enough along to try and offer like softball leagues for girls or things like that. So, but up until 12 years old, girls can compete with boys very, very well. And so we encourage anyone so inclined to come out. And if you have a son or daughter who would like to come out and support them, please.
Tirgel ngal gerdil mle start tralil legal sel gotro mu a end up mlo a setra a tim palau ar wa fast pitch ardil komeng me guspe anklewa ngaria Charlene
I remember Charlene.
yes
Yeah.
I forgot the last name. Charlene madrek ngaria Bianca Adelbay Ldil mlara Little League, and they became a good player. Fast pitch.
Caller on the air.
Malungil tuta UCHEL SECHEWAS mga Gordon, and Happy New Year. Akmal lungil langu kala yalte alal kami come out olingi tra coordination our parents mardil mars almar ngeligis nga kamal sa katokora sports makjolingi tulwa sendia kamemlu tel announce where's the registration morgere register and all that requirement magibo mo your parents. Thank you.
Kamal Musulang ikay gidi atlet telel sel takay nga sew agi mrura agi morur ngi kami other kam kami audience matsu mangari agi failure ngi takay nga sew mang tiagid registration na omul Sabadong 10 a.m. ra Asahi Stadium registration fee ali makli maklukatal ngal ka ali ka provide rogul equipments apat ma kurbngelakyat ma helmets ma dongurakyat sa mask chest protector SIM cards baseballs el altime kusel gum taba dem bio gimla oitiak medel mongara lui el tela el mlager da clock clear ngalka el alta give ready the complete the registration, divide the teams, equipments are ready with the bags and everything. Equipment sa el altime temporarily abliga awaya lobby sira kamam. To be so my house is right now a temporarily Little League office. My box sa mang agim rurngi el lultuy raw adire kal nga sorar BELAU marat el burnya karmi please contactor kamam after asaru day al sugum dial betokol ngal equipment silgi molaba girela 6 teams, helmets, bats, uniforms, 6 teams. Matsuko masaruden diaki fielder serogil 6 total of 6 teams of 14 or 15 players per team. Agimo and after seng open subiul di contactor kamame ra tokora registration narang ligiw. Mang akmal mga madawr ngidil at komal misaul maklor mil blobong ordeng sa tel program agyol trara uldas lungil uldaswa tiamrar niya kardi volunteer ngaka mlosokal tangal tarangal kang beto ka information lolap ma internet, they have everything. When I was growing up, I loved baseball, but I have to do it on my own. The homemade balls, like the rubber trees we make. That's how you like something. You can work on it. I'm not the product of a Little League, but because I like it so much. That's how I excel. My parents don't have money to send me all over the place, but my baseball was the reason. I travel a lot because of baseball. Yes, we're ready.
Caller on the air.
Yes, ako. Malum tu tao eh. Udle o el kamam sulang ra. Tiale o gisi el mut lo gisi tiale li. Aktio gi uleme kami rogul tege rogul adrabor. Ra o si se klela ali lekeling. Tasir gumestrengi 20 years from Madar. Malum 15 years tegagi dil Bodo sa akartira ngalagera lika mongwa BELAU mo champion. Oy. Mang aktio lingit ma sukum moringi akora ngal sa sila ngidil ngara. Mo ay sa bodo sa edal ko lol nga seul no piitial el program lam lutologisi ber lol mol multi al lutul stop. Nga ka willing el ngidil ngara el nya au spaal el girela alir ligra ngidil ngarang yak malul wiling el gamit el lol ngasew bakti mo mal masumul wasi ko mal masulang mumil adra bord etol mol moringi do ke sawa au sagre de margo rula agel ngare gira ngligedra atarak losi o mal masulang amiga
Diadil girar ngligeda takla say mabul wath Sel Bolgatsa, a baseball belar, other belar rogwa di mo smile. Anyway, kamsaul, semdu 15-20 years, elang barala playoff ra PNBL. Sel okmo komira kuran sel 7 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday playoffs. Et tirgel mestril mdu ngaray gel teams a product ralilik. My product ralilik. Tokora volunteers. Nga adim le tial klemria renger nga ke o mesra yakyur BELAU waya lorail mo am itut. Akmal urenga sulir tirkal interim board members. Ang ira magkatil adam sang nga mle retire adra PCS and direkal mlu laduy na moklol ad kongel me pang kamam len direkal masane utsit ya lilik arang ligero kuya di product lilik te kalulu yakyulo mu rengel klo mlabe sarang klel mel butra ko telge greil am siktre al time au yakyo arang lige kam lo lo yakyo dia ko dim le sorry yakyo dia kandi ngakam les me re yakyo akuntung utrir kalay malingi se toribyong maandria andredile dire kam nalilik tial tokora NCD tial programa maral gire de lol ngas arangal kadim ke kre kada make them do physical activities so it become their habits as they grow up they don't want to be out of shape when they see a size like mine they want to be slim and fit and look healthy. Look at this rubak next to me. And it's all volunteers. So the board members all time actually to the interim. May gal meeting el bokum kodong sel may leng girel almost stop a program. We same people doing it over and over again. And yeah, terms ra board members every year we need to have a vote for changes, and that's how people are fresh and and not discouraged of doing same thing over and over again. Kamal masaul listener kaul mlekol kamal masaul igel deng wal blaktung adeng warang ka rubaka 754734 nga ka deng warang ka 755651 ngidil tamil mes kamamrarael ang iram kati madeng warngim ngarngim dintia kubang a sekretary kamama bigay ma a mayor please anything nga kamula say it takes to build a nation to me to build a nation I have to do my part what I'm good at I like baseball it's my passion that's why I keep on doing it even though climbing the stairs to this station I was struggling but I have to it's good for me also thank you very much and hindi ko penalayan yes please
No, I just wanted to, a lot of you are probably not familiar with the details of Little League. I thought it might be useful, until there are questions at least, to share a few of the specifics about Little League that make it different in terms of how it's organized. One of them is with regards to pitchers. For example, if you're a 12-year-old and are pitching, you can only throw a maximum of 85 pitches in one day. And actually, they have restrictions on how often you must rest before you could pitch again also. But when you hit 85, your manager is supposed to substitute you, or the umpire should be doing it. But there are people who are supposed to do this. This is an automatic thing to protect the arm of the pitcher. If you're 11 years old, it's reduced to 75 pitches a day, from what I just read, I believe. And another thing Little League does is it tries to balance the teams. So, for instance, you cannot stack a team with all 12-year-olds. If you do that, you will automatically lose every game. Why? Because you're required to only pitch one 12-year-old in a day. So when you run out of pitches, you have no pitcher left. And so you're going to have to forfeit. And you also must put everybody in the games. So these kind of things, what happens is you try to divide the teams up as evenly as you can among the age groups. So I don't know what that breakdown is. It depends on how many probably ages you have or how many of each age. But the idea is to balance it so that one team does not get all the good players. That is another reason why before, when we did it, we didn't do it by village, which would make it easier here in Koror. But we wanted to encourage a Palau Little League, not a village Little League. Right now, there's a lot of animosity, for whatever reason, between some of the villages here in Koror. Well, Little League helps to actually break that down, because you end up having friends from the other villages playing on your team. Whereas if you had village teams, it's going to accentuate and actually make that problem worse. So that is another element of Little League that is different from what you might anticipate. There are some more unique rules. I won't try and go into details, but you should, as a parent, if you're going to have children involved, you might want to try and learn some of them at least. We might even be able to devote some time to going through this for the parents if they want. But it does make a difference, and it's something that managers sometimes forget. At least they did before. They would forget that they had rules to follow that were a little different than the normal adult rules, and it led to complications to some extent. So anyway, it's good to read the rule book if you're playing a game.
Mansaulak Greg, don't be discouraged. That's what we're here for. We convey those special rules to you. At our team sa Waigel Blaldo Greg Cordon, Arogul ngal 9 to 12, agirin mo divided evenly. 9, 10, 11, 12. At toera ulum diakim gengel mrula timrahang ang ngarinya tendency create Waigel Bladung karubak ang rivalries nga kabuy gara ngarmit nga kabuy gerger. Esel mix tirgal ngal by ages seloral mem klo. Tirgel mlara liligra prior years as of milirang anywhere in Koror because they have their friends in those places. Yes.
Caller on the air.
Alung total में atigal matakil alilik kaya akari ka special tugulan rali lilig ngalay daicen hindi kal siya mukle dos peringi di siya gide mergong ay komang sulang
Masaul, kamal masaur malungil ger, kamla direk al makaltkak, kuran ray ngarayel, direk al mansabel ngarnya program ralilik can be used. Direk al lilik amle invest au duder sel olbedekal, sel kurandra school, ulum lornya fence ringi, leng arogil gay madirek agim lorsay. Luluspe mang ngakawase abolo mula li karangal ka akmo malkora adra borde mo mai satya lik sab edel guk ma one game mora wa kurandar ngar mlungoy sort of advertising purpose ngaria kurandar ngar along malungil we can hold 1 or 2 games amal gayok ako teklol kuran belau tokora yakyu ngara gedra malgayok. Ngaringi sel kuran school di seke grey. Sel ngara gedak mal klol kuran dan klora asahi. Di mering larngul. Di ato usper at this time. Mang arokul kuran da sved mo utilize kamsular tiral kamen sergau. El bebila weder am la chance al bebilang ulor orore emring la silsa iraim. Kukse edel mo ba game lekong ila mo makatmok la with the blessing board members akmal tangatle talborda igek tungatil tokongay koradia gimsal awanaya gi ater mang kamsulang waigel blaktung asbadong parents gimalo lingitra parents ra arangal ka 9 to 12 mar volunteers tirgel soril masay yakyur belaul waisel klubsek ngarakuran de toka destrir apol please med kaing seul maktab ityang once blabol start alik ngam lamo ke kapakakla each team sa di practice play the most likely a game rarangal ka di mo weekends aquaril boringira weekdays. It will disrupt student studies, school work. So before we did it like on weekends only, both Saturdays and Sundays. They can give you anything else. Alangari nga agere, please, mom kodong. 5 minutes. We have 5 more minutes. Yes. Hindi mo dahil ay malbunga ki mo mreg, malangari nga ngidil ger. Please, mo makadong. Again, alilik sa lomul, it should be fun. Number 1. Number 2, tokorakats. Atra borda all the reminder nga, safety. Very true. Diya ka ngal kalmora kuran dal ula yakyu angal kal top dia mukula bari what do you call that the boy who's getting bats bat boy dia mukul hindi ginel nga ringawan ngal el base coach provided must wear a helmet, one adult coach and one.
Oy, ang karigal morgil al president ngarya kwancha darangak al 12 bargil hindi nga o ay class ng sabel lo yakyu.
Malungi la karim al sumatok tangam la certified ay class ngil sabel lo lablo meseng mal sabel. She's asking the grandchild have eye class. Can he play baseball?
Yeah.
A little league. Mal sa PL. Mung lakaligel ay klasa ule po lakabel register ang aligem. Please, limay. kamsulang again di madela kasal bunga gi mombreka temam ay gigil number block pas kamiu alboringa questions anytime tim ko logger kami amadanga al sukum dia mo dengala number ngak madangal triar ngalge excel mestrir mo kera deng war nga kartir to subot miu agi mal akmal mutul mangale agi mal aklisi LTL program, parents, volunteers are the most important people in putting Little League together. I'm volunteer, a passionate ngak. Inya mal ngarela parents, mal volunteers. Agi mal uspera coaches. Amararnya amal soal selo obia team parents each team samotmak will choose who will coach their teams. I think it's good that the parents will choose who they want to coach their team and will help. I think it's for good relationship, working relationship. Ambay aktima di roidak mengi angrek di milabok mokra adra borda. Armorior kandakta ligrar ngal ka moudu udel. Dia udngen mu motel audu diu. Dia bola idu de la major league mal maklo. But you will compensate it for. Umpires, scorers, announcers, those people. Dirkak mo ngera adra bor di ngila bol klakandi. It will happen. It's hard to find free volunteers all day umpiring. Things are expensive now. Kamsulang. At so kumindi kaya ako ke kurang kutel te ale kurang suliw rokuil mletun mertial program rakamal advertise lilik olingit mase spread the word around ito kay ngasew atang di mo klung yole la bulwa de merkong. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, PFM.
The one on Saturday, right?
Yes. You say something to close.
No, I just hope
Yes.
all of you who are interested join us and participate, and we have a good, successful Little League season this coming dry season. We don't want to do it in the rain.